Anyway, the next division will go on to Maeshowe, West Conference Division 2. And there's the one we wanted to see, the trade, remember? The
Yes,
one that
that was for
everybody went on about.
the big trade and Travis Kelce and McGonigal and his Portland Lumberjacks are laughing all the way to the bank.
They just scalped them. Because who did he get again? It was Travis
So he got
for
three of them are playing. Three of them are playing. He got
Hopkins.
Kamara, who done very well, so that's fine. And Joku, who let him down, and Ridley, who let him down. And I can't remember
Did
who
he
the
not
other
get
one was.
Hopkins as well? Was it not
Oh,
Hopkins?
Hopkins, yep, Hopkins. That was one of them.
As Super Gibb said, though, he said, I think they just got really nervous on the big stage because we had them all primed up as a game of the week and they just
Well,
never showed
it's
up. So
I'm a
we do apologise, Super Gibb, and hopefully they'll get back
no,
to
we
you
do
next week.
not.
And do it.
The-
Well,
the-
I apologise because I'm nicer. Craig's just a
I'm
bit of a
sorry, but
Packers
these
fan.
are
Like,
these are professional NFL players. If they can't show up on the big stage, then they shouldn't be in the game. But yeah, Kelsey's making a big difference to Portland Lumberjacks. You know that's they've no lost since the trade, and that's the first time Belfast benchwarmers have lost since the trade as well. You know they
yeah,
get. It just goes to show you though that sometimes some of these sometimes a trade suits both teams, and often a trade suits both teams, but usually only one team kicks on from a trade.
yes.
Both these teams have kicked on from the trade, and yeah, you know the four that Belfast picked up, they're going to do just fine. But Travis Kelce could be the difference for Portland Lumber. They'll take Belfast to wins, but Portland Lumberjacks, Kelce could take them to the title.
You could do, but then of course the proper tie of the week was the Whitport Educators against the now two losses in a row Crew Juggernauts.
It was
Juggernauts.
the crew juggernauts with two, but you know you're scoring 211 points in a week like this. It's hard to lose that one, you know. But yeah, Whitworth educators have got breathing space at the top on 5-1, the only 5-1.
3
So
wins in a row. So yeah.
going along very well, you know. Herbert, Bartley, Etienne, Diggs. I mean, DJ Moore had the worst game I've seen him play, and he got 18.85 points. I wish he'd go that for me and show me the money.
Oh, don't talk to me about that league.
Don't I know? But
They
yeah,
got
so
zero. They got 0 points for Bass as well
he
because he
did,
missed
yeah,
two
0
field
points
goals.
for his kicker. That's missed two.
Well, I
How
don't
do
want
you?
to.
Yeah.
But you got minus a point for missing the field goal. You got a point for an extra point, so you got to end up with 0 points.
Ah, of course, right. Okay, I was going to say, how's he on zero? How's he get the zero with 14 points? But yeah, that's how. So yeah, very very good win for Whitworth Educators, as you say. And Crew Juggernauts, two losses in a row now after four in the bounce to start the season. Got to switch. Got to halt that slide. You don't want to get into that habit. He'll be hoping McCaffrey's back this week. He's got Pollard on bye week this week. So yeah, you know, from cruising 2 weeks ago to work to be done for the Crew
Is,
Juggernauts. But the team's solid enough. I don't see it falling away completely, you know.
is that because we said that they were a juggernaut on their way through the league and then they've lost two in a row? Sorry.
It's a tight ass league, this one as well, all the way down to eighth or 500 or better. You know, there's only four teams with a losing record in here,
I know the
including
Birmingham Giants got their second win
they
against the
did. It was
Rhino
a
Cardinals.
good win against the Rhino Cardinals. Poor Pork, 203 points in losing. That's harsh as well. Unlucky.
Yes. But the Darlow Destroyers they're a good team though. So
Yeah, Dallo Destroyers got the better of them with 236. But you know, you score over 200 points, you're wanting to win. You really are.
especially though with where the scoring's been this week, 200 points should
Three
almost
tight ends.
guarantee you a win, but depends.
Playing three tight ends is a bit of a roll of the dice for me. It really is, you know. 'Kay, do you know what the thing is? If you,
Is that
I
what
get
Port
the
did?
whole, you get an extra half point for catching that with tight ends or whatever it is. But most tight ends don't get that much week on week. They have big weeks, but they have too many crap weeks. So playing three tight ends for me is rolling the dice rather high, you know. And you can see that's been the difference here because, you know, he's got Ferguson playing against Williams. Williams wins by 24 points. And then you've got Everett playing against Cup, and Cup wins by, you know, what's
A
that,
lot.
18 points. So
Yeah. But
big differences there. And
Fergus has struggled the last 2 weeks, I think.
He has. He's been a
He
bother.
started, he has 3 good weeks in a row, but the first week
And it's
rubbish, and
started to filter off a little bit. But then he's
then
got Prescott thrown to him, and
are
Prescott's
not
just
are not even thrown to him. That's the problem.
he is useless. But
But you had a
yeah,
nice close one there. The Bogdanegas Falcons, they lost to the Sandbag Sunsets. So that's a so the Whitford Educators actually jumped from third to first
they did,
this week.
yes. Yeah, because
They lived
Bogner
to
lost
this.
as well. Bogner Regis Falcons, yeah, they lost as well. So going from 4-1 to 4-2. But it's a wide open division, this one, Johnny. Absolutely wide open. So
Definitely.
I wouldn't like to call it at the moment, you know.
We'll see who's got each other in week 7 then.
Let's see who's there in week 7. It's
You've got the
so tight.
Belfast Benchwarmers against the Cabot Porkers.
That's
You've
a
got the
that's a good one for Super Gibbs after. I mean, but the Port scored over 200 points last week, so it's not like he's not scoring.
and I'm pretty sure they got 190 the week before, so they are scoring. They're just not getting the
But
results much. But
you know, when you've just had a loss, it's nice to look and see you playing a 1-5 team the next week. I always like that when I go in. I go, oh yeah, I'm playing someone with a losing record. Until I
is
open up
that
the game and I look and I see what I'm playing against. I'm like, how is that a losing record?
so? And obviously you got the 4-2 Portland Lumberjacks against the 3-3 Darla Destroyers. That could be a close game.
The Burnham
Then
Trash Pandas 3-3 against Crew Juggernauts 4-2, another three
uh,
three 4-2.
then you've got obviously the Crew Juggernauts will be trying to break that 2-game losing streak. The Whitford Educators against the Gloucester Wolfpack should
You know
should
how
be a
close
nice one.
how close this one is? We don't even have a game this week with two teams with a winning record.
No,
There's not a game with two teams with a winning record this week. It's the 3-3s and the 4-2s, the two 3-3s and 4-2s. But one that's even bigger for me is the Birmingham Giants 2-4 against the Sandbach Sunsets 3-3. Because the Birmingham Giants are now on a 2-game win streak.
yeah.
And if they can knock that into a 3-game win streak, get that to 3-4, 3-4, you know, you're all right back in a hunt, you know, from 0-4. That would bring Birmingham Giants right back into the hunt from Owen,
Well,
you know,
the way the
and
points are at the moment, yeah, if they beat them, they probably would jump above Sandbachs as well by points scored if they scored 20 points more.
well, I mean,
So
Sandbach Sunsets have got they've got Henry, Debo Samuel, Adam Thielen, Schultz, Mosley, Lazard, Hurst, all out. So I think he's going to be forced into playing Hunt. He might even be forced into playing Ahmed and Powell, you know. Unless he
oh,
can find something on the better in agency, he is forced into playing Ahmed and Powell. So a very good chance for Birmingham Giants to bounce, you know, and get to get that. He's got a lot of buys himself, though. He's got a lot of buys here as well. Boyd, Gallup, Chase,
but
Collins,
he's well,
Fairbairn, Williams.
he needs a kicker. He's
He'll bring
swapped the
one
rest
in,
of his
yeah.
team about, so
But a great chance to get the third one in a row and get himself right back in it. After 4 weeks, he'd have been just about ready to rip it up.
yeah. But to get to 3-4, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. So big week. Whitworth Educators got the Gloucestershire Wolfpack. If they can get that one, get onto the six wins. That's you can pretty much start your preparation for the playoffs at that point. I would say.
Well, my tie of the week will be the Burnham Trash Pandas against the Crew Juggernauts. I think that'll be an awesome matchup.
Yeah, fair
What's
enough.
your
No,
one?
that's a good pick. Oh, mine's is Birmingham Giants. See if they can get 3-4 or not.
Well, it would
If
be
they
good
can
if
get
they could.
get back from 0-4.
Mhm. And of course, we will have a wee sneaky cheer on for Portmelly.
Yes, we
But
will. Always, always,
I'll never hear the end of it on Monday if I don't. So I've got to cheer on a little bit. So
always. Although I do want the bench. I do want to see the Belfast bench warmers make hay with that with the trade, the four players that they traded for. You know. So, but yeah, go on, Port.